This is very, very important that we discuss the heart issues that people have brewing that don't even know about it.
But I certainly was a frontline emergency doctor for 10 to 15 years in Canada in a variety of settings. But certainly in early 2022, I found out some massive information which has frightened many of us ever since.
Let's start with this heart issue.
Mhm.
Mainstream scientists or doctors saying, no, 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 it's only one out of however many thousands that will have this heart issue.
This was a careful research done in 4 different centers, first of all. And in the 4 different centers, they were looking at patients who had no symptoms related to heart. They had 0 symptoms related to their heart. Well, here's why the study happened. These scientists in these 4 centers, Tokyo, Oxford, Houston, Texas, and Mount Sinai in New York, they had been talking amongst themselves, why the heck are the hearts showing up with a high sugar uptake on our cancer patients who are being just checked for overall health and to look for metastases on cancers? That's why we're doing the PET scan, but the heart never looks black on a PET scan. The heart never looks black on a PET scan. The brain looks black because the brain uses sugar. It's normal for the brain to use sugar, but it's abnormal for the heart to use sugar for its energy. Okay, that's a very normal looking PET scan. That's what everyone's PET scan on Earth should look like. It's a black sugar using heart. That's normal. It's got a little black down in the 2 kidneys, which are below the mid chest. The 2 kidneys are showing black because they deal with sugar. Whether you're diabetic or not, there's a lot of sugar that goes to and is concentrated in the kidneys. And then that gets excreted out. So that's a normal PET scan. And notice that the heart is a pale gray. Notice that the heart and the liver below it are pale gray. That's what they should always be like. They should never have any blackness. So here were the doctors in the 4 settings. They had 1,000 patients. They had 700 that were fully vaccinated when they came to have their PET scans. And they had 300 who were unvaccinated. 0 vaxes, had received 0 vaxes. The 2 patients on the left, as everyone looks at the screen, are both unvaccinated patients. That's the look of a normal heart in unvaccinated. In fact, that's the look that the heart should look at when you're having a PET scan, always. Pale gray, no increased sugar uptake, just as you can see again, lots of sugar up in the brain, lots of sugar concentrating in the kidneys. That's called normal. Swing your eyes over to the right-hand side and look at those 2 patients who were on the right, whose heart, there's a big section of the heart showing up black circle. One's a deeply, deeply black circle, and one's a kind of a half and half, but still pretty black. The grayness is almost obstructed in those areas of the heart that are blackened out. And if you look now, and there's the kidneys, of course, below, and that's normal enough that they are black, but it is completely abnormal that the heart has a high uptake of sugar. The same high uptake of sugar is shown in the bottom right-hand corner when you look at the heart in a different way, and it looks like a semicircle almost, or a horseshoe. That horseshoe of blackness, or that horseshoe of green, or that horseshoe of red should never exist in a human heart. If that was, let's say, a liver, and it had all that blackness through it, you know what the doctor would be saying to himself as he assesses this CT scan, PET scan? He'd say, oh, it's too bad. The cancer has spread to the liver. He'd
Wow.
look at those black markings, and that's what doctors do see when they see black markings in liver that shouldn't be there. And that's why these world-renowned specialists were astounded, and I mean astounded, Odessa, astounded to see high-level uptake of sugar, which is normally only seen in 2 places, the brain and kidneys, and the 3rd place it's seen is metastatic cancer. You don't see sugar uptake of this kind unless it's a terribly diseased tissue like a metastatic cancer. I'm not sitting here saying this is cancer in the heart. Of course it's not cancer in the heart. What it is high-level sugar uptake, as vigorous and terrible to the person's metabolism as if they'd had a voracious cancer sitting in their heart muscle. Again, it's not a voracious cancer sitting in the heart muscle, but what it is, and we'll now get to the simplicity of what it is the body's immune system attacking its own heart. This is evidence of the body's immune system attacking your own heart, inflaming up your own heart, causing your heart to release troponin, an elevation The earliest forms of myocarditis are already going on in these patients who, relatively speaking, were not symptomatic of heart ailment, but it showed that their hearts were working from 46 to 100% higher. That has an effect on a heart, whether you die in month 4, month 6, or haven't died yet. If your heart was made to work that extra amount for all of that time, is that in any way possibly good for you? Not a chance is it good for us. And is totally proven from these 4 centers: Tokyo, Houston, Mount Sinai, New York, and Oxford. So since October of 2023, we've had pictures of that, like that, showing us a guarantee of hard extra effort only going on in the vaccinated.